Hi there, I'm Mantaray and welcome to week 2 of Manta's tutorials. This week we're going to be doing Stargate's part 2 of 3. That's right, next week's going to be the last one. And what we're going to do is we're going to jump straight in. Sorry about the lateness of this mod because me and Dog went out and I'm the only one that's recovered yet. I think Alex is actually dead, but never mind. So, if you don't know what I'm doing here, I suggest you check out part 1. I'm just dialing into the exit gate at the base now so I can show you. The mods I'm going to be using is the same as last week, plus the latest version of Gate Dialer. Okay, so here's our base, and here's our base gate, and here's the exit gate. Simple. Again, if you don't know what this is, then check out part 1, it'll explain everything. So first thing we're going to want to do is set up a private relationship between this gate and that gate, because this week we're going to be covering button dialing, private networks, and camera security. Private networking meaning that this gate can only dial that gate or any one of my choosing, and we can change it on the fly as well. So spawn a metal tube, snap it to an axis, and then also spawn a 1x1 plate. This is going to be our lid. Oh yeah, so just pop that on the top there. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it does help. Yeah, that seems pretty good. And then we get out our ball socket too. I highly recommend Smart Snap for this, otherwise you're going to end up with a crooked hinge. So what we end up with is this. Very smooth, very even hinge. We take this box now. Whoops-a-daisy. I guess that's the hazards of working in the construction business. Okay, so snap that to an axis. And we pop that around the front, back even. Open the lid and unfreeze that so we get like a nice little gap there. Perfect. Open that up, freeze into position, and we're going to be using the gate dialer for the first time. So scroll down to wire input output and select the gate dialer. Spawn one. As you see, it lists all the gates that's currently available. Spawn 1 being way over there, base 1 being just there, and exit 1 being there. So scroll up to your constraints menu and select your easy welder. Estimate the center, doesn't have to be perfect, but again it helps, and select the center here. Okay, so using this now we can select which gate we actually want this to be able to dial. And right now we're going to want it to be base 0. Just select that. Next, what we're going to want to do is go down to wire physics and hydraulic, this one here, and select the width to 0, so we can't see it, and don't select fixed because we don't want to constrain it anymore. So select the top of the 1x1 plate and the top edge of the box closest to you, and then just stick the controller on the inside. Make a mental note of that number, 66, we're going to need that. Yep, just double checking that it's fully open. We're going to need that number, 66. So we're going to want it to open only when we enter in the password. Select keypad, password 1234 is what I'm going to be using for all my tutorials. And we're going to want the value on to be that 66. That means that when you enter the password, it's going to open and it's going to be 66. Value off, you want that to 1, so it doesn't, it's closed but it doesn't bang. We also want the hold length, that's how long it's going to be open before it closes again. Be about 5 seconds. and stand back and just pop that there. Actually, I recommend putting it on the corner here, so you can still control the keypad. The gate dialer. So you select the wire tool, select the length, select it to that, and an output of valid. So I'm just going to show you what that means now. Close that up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lo and behold, it opens. So I'm just freezing that in place now, so because we still got a few things left to do. Button dialing. Right. Select your button and select the toggle value, and value on to be 1, value off to be 0. It's more or less the default anyway. So we then put that next to the keypad. Next, what we want to do is go around to the back here, select our gate dialer, select dial fast, because dial slow is just, well, too slow, and select the button. Disadvantages of this is the DHD is still active, which means that it can still dial out to any gate it wants, so we're going to disable that now. Oh, I forgot to wire that up to the keypad. Anyway, enable dialing out, we're going to select that to the button. So the DHD, if I attempt to dial anything, I'm going to get that failed boo sound. But if we do hit the button, it dials in fine. I'm not going to allow it to complete it because, yeah, so that's our private gate networking. Let me just close this. As I covered in part 1, we got the auto iris, so I'm just going to enter the password now. Okay, next thing we got to cover is cameras. Simple. It's nice to have a centralized point at which you control everything. So spawn this combine interface under comic props. I like this one. Okay. And another gate dialer is going to be controlling that gate here. So like the DHDs, the gate dialer work in proximity. So it's quite a pain to fit. There we go. Next what we're going to do is go up to render, and we're going to make a render target camera. 1 and 2 is fine. So the first one's going to be the gate itself, so people know if it's closed or not. We're going to go over to color and make that disappear. Turn the alpha all the way down, select it so it disappears. Next what we're going to want to do is go outside and render target camera of 2 for this one. Again use color to make it disappear. Okay. Next what we're going to want to do is create a screen and a button. So if you go up to construction, button, and select that and as 1, which is the camera on the inside, and select cam 1, just pop that there. We're going to also need a screen under PHX useful to render target screen. There we go. So now we go back inside and we do the same here. Make a screen, we face it towards us, and this time we create two buttons, one for cam 1 and one for cam 2, and cam 12, cam 2. So that it actively selects through. Okay, so that's it for this week's tutorial. Next week is going to be the last one, and we're going to be covering alarms and more security. Check out mrmanry.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.